we are going to have a conversation about the recall election, hopefully that they're going to put together here. That's what this group is working toward here in Marshfield, to recall current Chairman of the Board of Selectmen, Eric Kelley. Joining me in studio, Patricia Reilly. I knew you years ago when you were on the board, the select board here in Marshfield. Now, Recall Marshfield, big group with a big project going on. You're trying to recall current select board chair Eric Kelley. First, why?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me today. Eric Kelley is going to cost this town a lot more than just the money that he's already costing us. We don't have a town administrator. He is trying to sneak things in through backdoor meetings. He's not supporting the schools. He is really going to cause the real estate values in this town to plummet. He's the opposite of the transparent board. He's not transparent. He's the opposite of everything he said he was going to be when he first got on the select board.
Okay, now these are, I don't want to sound like I'm a lawyer in a courtroom. I know you're an attorney. These are a lot of allegations. Do you and your group have information to back this up? Is there a website or Facebook page people can go to?
There's both, actually. They can go to recallmarshfield.com and see snippets of meetings and see with their own eyes and hear with their own ears what Eric has been doing, including especially the meeting with Chief Tavares, where he tried to throw the chief under the bus by having a meeting behind closed doors on a complaint that wasn't investigated, and it failed miserably when the chief decided to open up those doors to the public so that they could see that Eric was just trying to carry out his own personal agenda.
Okay, and that was 400 or 500 people showed up to back up the chief?
There were a lot of people. It was packed. It was a packed room. It was a packed hall. There were people outside. People couldn't get in. The smart thing to do would have been to postpone the meeting and have it in an open forum once the chief said he wanted it open, but he didn't. He held it in a crowded room. He was not prepared for the meeting. He hadn't read all the materials for the meeting. He certainly wasn't comfortable with the idea of having an open meeting, and he really was going to cost his town money by trying to get a special investigator on this to investigate the matter more, where he could have used his own people, the ones that he actually had in office, to investigate it, to find out that it was nothing more than a frivolous complaint.
Now, it's interesting. This is one of the things that's come up. There were three things that I've heard come up with other people talking about this issue. The issue and the hearing with the police chief, board appointments, and board protocol. There have been complaints in all those areas. Has anybody from your group tried to talk with Eric and say, we've got concerns about this?
Absolutely.
Can we talk with you? And how's that gone?
Absolutely. When it came to the boards and committees, I actually asked Mr. Kelley myself, what were you looking for? What qualifications for example, the Town Administrative Search Committee? And his response is, I want people I'm comfortable with. And that was it. No qualifications, no kind of experience. He wanted his buddies, his cronies, and the people he had selected to be on that board.
Now, what about board protocol? I know there have been some complaints about open meetings not being conducted the correct way. We also had some emails here. People were talking about when a large group of appointments was made, it was done on a Friday afternoon, which people were upset about. I think the notice went up on a Monday. It was like 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon.
That's right. Town Hall wasn't even open at the time. This was for, I think, 70 positions for boards and committees. Their meetings are normally on Monday nights at about, I think it's 5, sometimes it's 5:30, sometimes it's 7. But they decided to, on a Monday, to have it on a Friday at 2 when many people are still working. There was absolutely no discussion. Even though one of the selectmen moved for discussion, Mr. Kelley shut it down immediately. So all he did is set a name, someone seconded it, and it was voted. We don't know why those names were brought forward. There are a lot of names that weren't brought forward. There were some people who weren't reappointed and never told why. Again, this is under, for someone who claimed he wanted to be transparent, he really was not transparent. And not only that, just like when he didn't recuse himself from the police chief hearing, even though the complainant was a very good friend of his, and he's made it public many, many times that this guy is a very good friend of his, he appointed people to boards and committees which were his friends.
Do you see any other solution to this situation besides a recall? Can I chalk it up to a learning curve with a relatively new board member?
No, he's been on the board for a year and a half, and I honestly, when I've tried to talk to him about this, for example, he's been amending agendas at the last minute, so people don't know what's going to be actually at select board hearings. Mm-hmm. He told me that he could do whatever he wants with his exact words are, "I can do what I want with the agenda." So I think his arrogance is really getting in the way of him doing a good job.
So tell me about the recall, the logistics. I know there's several portions. First, there had to be, I believe, 100 signatures to start the process, and that was successful. Now what? Now I believe you have to gather, over 3,000 more?
That's right. There were a lot of people angry, especially after the meeting with the chief, but also, he didn't support proclamations. Mr. Kelley did not support our veteran, the people who have been wounded and killed in action, our servicemen and women, by supporting Purple Heart Month. He didn't. He's a member of he's representing our town, and he's not supporting these basic awareness programs, proclamations to try and help marginalized people. For example, the Pride Month, or he didn't support Opiate Addiction Month. He didn't support Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. There's a lot that he is not doing, and it got a lot of people very angry. So after the hearing with the chief, which really just was the catalyst that brought a lot of people together, over 400 people signed up to help with this recall. Mm-hmm. And it takes a while for this to happen. You have to draft an affidavit, support it to the town. The town comes back, and you have to get 100 signatures. Well, we got almost 3 times that. But now we need 3,300 signatures. That's a lot of signatures.
So it's 15% in each of the 7 precincts?
That's correct.
And there's usually a pretty strict timeline. What is the deadline on this?
We're trying to have the petitions in by the 5th, by November 5th.
Okay.
So, although we've had, much success at town meeting, especially a lot of people who actually have been following what he's been doing, we're more than happy to sign. And we've had good luck at the library. We've had good luck at the No Kings rally. People want to sign this. We're going to be out, and I welcome people. We're going to be in Library Plaza this weekend, and that's going to be on Saturday, October 25th from 2 to 4, and Sunday from 10 to 12. We're also going to be the next weekend as well, November 1st from 2 to 4, and Sunday from 10 to 12. And there's a lot going on at Library Plaza that weekend. We've got the food drive which would encourage people to bring something for the food bank. And we also have a trunk or treat happening.
Now, do you have so there's a lot of information we're going through. Do you have a website or a Facebook page people can go to and get more information about the process and what the things that your group is concerned about?
Absolutely. So they can, would love help, and to find out more information, they can go to recallmarshfield.com. That's RECALL Marshfield.com. Or they can visit a Facebook page called Marshfield We the People. And again, they can see with their own eyes and hear with their own ears. They can get involved. They can find out more information there and pick up a petition if they want to get some signatures or want to sign themselves. We'd love to have it. But we encourage people to educate themselves because this is hurting our town. This is really hurting our town. He's making decisions that are costing money, that are going to bring lawsuits. And people should really be aware of what's going on.
Now, if you do get the amount of the signatures that you need by November 5th, and they would schedule a special election, roughly, do you know when that would be?
To be honest, I'm not exactly sure. It depends how long I assume it's going to take a while. It's 3,300 signatures. They all have to be verified. That's why we want to get more, in case there are ones that are illegible. We want to get more than enough. It will be before the spring election. I know there's some people who are concerned. It's like, oh, well, a special election is going to cost us money. But to be honest, this is costing us more. For example, Mr. Kelley, when it came to town boards and committees, he ignored, we're paying $14,000 to the Collins Center to advise us on how to get a new town administrator. He ignored the advice of the Collins Center, who, again, $14,000, and he just ignored it because he thought he knew better, and he appointed someone to the committee or he was trying to put someone to the committee who shouldn't have been on, which was a town employee. They said no town employees. He's like, well, I think there should be town employees, which is a conflict. He also tried to arbitrarily double fees that the select board, for permitting fees through the select board. And when asked, why, he's just said, I think it's about time. And that, people can see this. It's it's in the meetings. It's that one where he tried to arbitrarily, just on his own, double the fees, was on the the September 8th meeting. And it kind of, the other select board members are based on what?
And if you're just tuning in here, we're talking to Patricia Reilly. She's a resident here in Marshfield, former member of the Board of Selectmen a number of years ago, and she is with this group, Recall Marshfield, and they want to recall and have a recall election for a current chairman of the board of the select board here in Marshfield. Eric Kelley, one more time, your Facebook page or website.
Again, they can. If people are interested in learning more or helping out or even signing the petition, they can go to recallmarshfield.org. And there's a website where they can get more information, Facebook page, and that's Marshfield We the People.
Thank you very much. Again, that's Patricia Reilly. Thanks for keeping us updated. Let us know if you get those signatures. I'm sure this is going to be an ongoing story.
Thank you so much, Christine.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We'll put this up online as well. I'm Christine James, 95.9 WATD, 59 WATD.